All right, today we're going to add a really essential tool to your English toolkit. This is one that makes your conversations just sound so much more dynamic and alive. We're talking about mastering the present continuous tense. So let me ask you something. What are you doing right now? It's a simple question, right? You're listening to me, you're watching this, maybe you're sitting down. And how you answer that question, well, that's the perfect setup for what we're about to master. I want you to think of the present continuous not as some, dusty old grammar rule, but as a specific tool in your English toolkit. It's the precision instrument you need to talk about what is happening right now. Okay, so what's the official definition? It's the tense we use for any actions that are in progress at the moment of speaking. For instance, right at this very second, you are listening to me. See? You're literally doing it right now. Now, every good tool needs instructions, right? And the good news is this one's super simple. It's just a basic 3-step formula that's incredibly easy to put together. Let's break it down. First, you've got your subject. That's the person or thing doing the action. Next up is the helping verb, to be, so am, are, or is, which has to match the subject. And finally, you just tack ing onto your main action verb. That's it. That's the whole formula. And here we see it in action, perfectly. Subject, they. Verb to be, are. Main verb plus ing, playing. Boom. They are playing football. It's happening now. But in a real conversation, we can make this sound even more natural. And we do that with something you use all the time, contractions. Instead of that formal, he is sleeping, you're almost always going to hear, he's sleeping. Or you are becomes you're. It's a tiny change, but it makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound. So what if something isn't happening? Well, it's just as easy. You literally just add the word not after the verb to be. They are not playing. Or, to sound even better, just use the contraction. They aren't playing. Simple as that. And asking a question? Even easier. You just flip the first two parts around. The statement is, she is cooking. The question becomes, is she cooking? You just swap the subject and the verb to be to get a quick yes or no answer. But what if yes or no isn't enough? You need more detail, right? That's where why questions come in. You just pop words like what, where, or why right at the very beginning to ask for those specifics. Okay, so you've got the basics down, but here's where it gets really cool. This tool is way more powerful than you might think. Its function goes way beyond just talking about right now. It has some seriously surprising extra uses. The present continuous really has 4 main jobs. We've already covered the big one, actions happening now, but it also handles temporary stuff, definite future plans, and even complaining about annoying habits. Let's check those out. Okay, have a look at this one. She's living in New York for a few months. Is she living there this exact second? Well, maybe she's at work. Maybe she's sleeping. The point is, the action is temporary. It's happening around now, but not forever. It's the perfect tense for this. Now, this one is a bit of a mind-bender. We're using a present tense to talk about the future. How does that work? Well, when you have a plan that's locked in, a definite arrangement, like a meeting you've scheduled, you use the present continuous. We're meeting tomorrow. It's a done deal. Okay, this one's my favorite. If you really want to complain about something that happens all the time, you use this tense with the word always. Your tone of voice is everything here. He's always leaving his clothes on the floor. You can just feel the annoyance, right? All right, now that you know all its cool powers, let's talk about a couple of common pitfalls. But don't think of these as mistakes. Think of them as pro tips to help you use your new grammar tool like, well, a pro. Okay, here it is. The number one most common mistake, people forget the verb to be. It's the engine of the sentence. If you say, she cooking dinner, that's like a car with no engine. It's not going anywhere. It has to be, she is cooking dinner. Pro tip number 2, some verbs aren't really action verbs. They describe states or feelings. Things like know, want, like. These are called stative verbs, and they don't usually like the ing form. You wouldn't say, I am knowing the answer. It just sounds wrong, right? You just say, I know the answer. It's a state, not an ongoing process. All right, let's pull it all together with a quick recap. We've just explored one of the most useful tools in the entire English language,
and now you know exactly how to handle it with confidence.
This little chart here is basically your cheat sheet. It brings everything together. You can see our 4 key uses, from what's happening now to expressing annoyance. And notice how the structure is pretty much the same for each one. Super handy. And that's really the crucial point here. This wasn't just a grammar lesson, okay? This was a serious upgrade to your communication skills. You've just added a super powerful, super versatile tool to your English toolkit, and it's gonna make you sound so much more natural. So, with that, I'm gonna leave you with a final question so you can put this tool to work right now. Think about your definite plans. What's locked in? So, what are you planning for tomorrow?